Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner. Very empty Emirates Stadium, much quieter than it was a little while ago when Olympiacos nicked a late goal to progress through to the last 16 of the UEFA Europa League. Bitterly disappointing evening here from an Arsenal perspective. But the truth is we didn't play well. We never played well from the beginning. It was one of those games where Olympiacos came here, they sat back, they defended. We knew what we were going to get, but we had to have that spark. And it was down to us to go there and break them down. You know, I mentioned in the build-up to this game that I thought they were going to come here, defend deep and try and stay in the game for as long as possible. And that's exactly what they did. They got a couple of opportunities and they took them to their credit. And this away end here went absolutely mad. 5,000 of them here from Athens this evening. And they created a great atmosphere inside the stadium. But it's a really disappointing defeat. So many things you can look at and say weren't good enough. I thought that our game lacked intensity. We didn't move the ball quick enough. And when a team sit deep the way they did, that's really important. I think you really need to move the ball quickly with zip and try and pull them from left to right in order to create those spaces. Arsenal simply didn't do that this evening. Some poor defending again. Those individual errors are just creeping back in again. And, you know, there has been some improvement under Mikel Arteta, but there's only so far he can take this group of players. He just been in his press conference as well. That's literally just finished at the time of me recording this. And he was bitterly disappointed. He said it hurts badly. Those were his words. Mikel Arteta dejected, but he said that he was happy with the way the team played. He said that they created enough opportunities to win the game. And he said that his job now is to lift this group. And it is. But the problem is, this is one of the routes that we had back into the Champions League. And the door has now been slammed shut on us. And that means this season is looking bleak, if I'm honest, because doing it via the league route was always going to be the more difficult of the two. I felt that Arsenal really had a good chance of winning this competition, despite what people think, despite what people say about the way we've performed this season. This competition offered Arsenal a real opportunity, you know, to sneak back into the Champions League. How am I feeling? Really disappointed. And, you know, been in the press box here, and it was a strange feeling, because it was one of those games where you kind of got the feeling that it was going to go against us when it went to extra time. You know, then Aubameyang pulls out that wonderful goal and you think we've done it. But then the way Olympiacos came back, put pressure on us, it had that eerie feeling about it tonight here at the Emirates. And we always felt like the game wasn't over, even when Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scored that excellent goal. Really disappointing evening. I know I keep saying it, but I actually feel dejected tonight more than anything. Some people I've seen on Twitter are angry, frustrated. For me, it's dejection, because Arsenal have improved under Mikel Arteta and are slowly improving. Now, people are going to say that he tactically got it wrong tonight, etc., but he picked the best available team that he could have. So I'm not going to sit here and blame Mikel Arteta. Right? If we, as he said in his press conference, if we'd have taken our chances and defended well in our own penalty area, we wouldn't be in this situation. And that's not tactical. That is just players not being ruthless enough. Aubameyang missing an absolute sitter at the end, which is very unlike him. So, you know, a number of factors. But for me, it wasn't Mikel Arteta's fault this evening, and he's not to blame. We'll be back tomorrow with a full-length podcast. I'll be joined by Konstantinos Lianos, a Greek journalist, and we'll be reviewing the game from both sides. So we'll be looking at it in a lot more detail then. Until then, we'll take care and good evening.